Remember the days when you could literally eat anything you wanted without worrying about getting fat? Then all of a sudden, you turn 30, your metabolism fell off a cliff, and everything you eat now somehow sticks to your belly. Well, it doesn't really seem fair that after about 30 years, things somehow took a wrong turn, but I have 5 powerful tips that can easily help you lose weight in no time. And one of these tips actually helped me lose 10 pounds in a month. I'll also let you know what dietary changes absolutely need to be made and why neglecting these will destroy any chance of succeeding with fat loss. And just so you know, 2 of these 5 tips almost no one talks about, but they work incredibly well. Now, if you're serious about losing belly fat, you need to know about 2 ingredients that are sabotaging your fat loss right now. And what if I told you that one of these ingredients is hiding in almost everything that you eat? And though it's touted as being heart healthy, it's a pretty significant contributor to our explosive obesity rates that we've been seeing for the last half century. And here's the crazy part. It has almost nothing to do with calories, so let me explain the 3 key ways that seed oils are horrible for you and make you fat. So most people are probably thinking, vegetable oil. Vegetables are healthy, so vegetable oil must be pretty healthy too. But nothing could be further from the truth. Here's why. First, seed oils like vegetable oil and canola oil are highly processed. They can't be made without a refining plant. Imagine this. It takes about 12,000 kernels of corn to produce 1 tablespoon of corn oil. The process actually involves high temperatures and chemicals that damage the oil, making it inflammatory. And because the resulting product is murky and smells kind of awful, they add bleaching agents and deodorizers to make it look and smell more appealing. So they're using a ton of weird chemicals to make this stuff, which is completely unnatural, unlike butter, which is just cream from milk that's churned into a solid. And it's crazy because we 100% got fooled into thinking ultra-processed machine lubricant sludge is actually healthier for us. Okay, but how do seed oils actually make you fat? Not only are these oils unstable and highly inflammatory, they also interfere with mitochondria, the energy producing parts of your cells, and this can negatively affect your body's ability to produce energy. They also make fat cells grow larger and become insulin resistant, and this change impairs your body's ability to manage blood sugar levels effectively. So they basically make you more inflamed, impair your energy production in your cells, and make your fat cells dysfunctional, which will slow down your metabolic rate. I haven't even touched on how they wreck your digestive system, liver function, your hormones, which I'm going to say for another video, but it's bad. Seed oils are no different than if a city's water supply was poison. The poison would infect every neighborhood, every home, and every person. This would be absolutely horrible and is what seed oils do to your body. Nearly every system in your body is affected by them, which further negatively affects your cells and even the organelles within your cells. But the first step in cleaning up this metaphorical water supply would be to remove the poison from doing any more damage. And this is exactly what you should do with seed oils. So eliminating seed oils from your nutrition is going to give you that jumpstart to being able to detoxify your body, get your metabolism humming again, and start losing inches off your belly. Now, to start this transformation though, the best approach is to just exclusively eat whole foods and avoid anything processed. It's simpler than you think, and you'll notice a huge difference really quickly. Now, there's another ingredient that you absolutely need to avoid, and just like seed oils, it's hiding in food that you actually probably think is pretty healthy, like those healthy snack bars, avocado toast, and even oatmeal. But not very many people actually talk about it, and it's really overlooked when it comes to poor gut health, obesity, and other chronic illnesses like diabetes. So how are these foods secretly making you fat though? It's all because they're enriched and fortified. What does that really mean though? Now, processed foods are often enriched with synthetic vitamins and minerals like iron to appear healthier. But here's a problem. So ferrous sulfate, which is used to enrich and fortify these foods, can actually be made from scrap pieces of iron. It's filed down into shavings, then further processed into the active ingredient. So they're basically just feeding us literal shavings of iron and saying that it's good for us. Now, when you consume foods with this synthetic iron though, it doesn't bind properly to proteins in your digestive system. Because of this, it can actually cause bacterial overgrowth and can damage your gut lining, both of which can lead to leaky gut. Not only that, but if unbound iron makes its way into your body, which it will, it can actually travel into fat cells and contribute to oxidative stress, which leads to inflammation. And it also impairs the function of a hormone called adiponectin, which further impairs glucose metabolism and contributes to insulin resistance and fat accumulation. So maybe it's not actually the carbs that are wrecking your metabolism, metabolism, but it's actually the excessive amounts of synthetic iron that's destroying your digestive system and fat cells. So if you're dealing with digestive issues or excessive fat accumulation, to me, it would be wise to stay away from the avocado toast, healthy snack bars, or oatmeal. And if you want to have healthy carbs, fruit works great. And if you need more iron, have some beef. But there's one other really important thing that you need to avoid, and it's pretty much a fat loss cheat code. So back about 10 years ago, I tried this experiment and gave up something for 1 whole month. 30 days later, I weighed 10 pounds less. I didn't make any changes to anything else in my life. I didn't do any extreme calorie restricted diets. I didn't work out more. And I didn't do any weird detoxes or cleanses either. The only thing that I did that month was stop drinking alcohol. Not drinking alcohol can be really tough. I used to drink a lot. I get it, but if your health is a priority and you want to easily lose belly fat, not drinking can again be the ultimate cheat code. Back then, I just kind of thought that because I wasn't drinking, I was eating less crappy food, which is obviously true, and I was mostly drinking beer at the time, which has a lot of calories. But what I didn't realize was that by stopping alcohol consumption, my digestion was improving, which meant I could detoxify my body and improve my carbohydrate and fat metabolism, which would help me lose weight fast. And since alcohol depletes your body of B vitamins, my body could start to utilize it more effectively, which would improve my ability of my cells to produce more energy efficiently, since B vitamins are critical to generating energy in your cells. And this made me feel way better and gave me so much more energy. I actually remember after about 3 weeks of not drinking, I got this wave of energy and was like, wow, I'm an idiot. This is why I've been feeling so chronically tired all the time. And another perk that I had was that my cravings started to go away. So those hyperpalatable foods just kind of stopped being a part of my life, which was obviously incredibly helpful as well. Now, if cravings are a big issue for you though, like they were for me, there's something else that completely changes everything. And if you're not doing this, your cravings are gonna control your life, which means you might not lose any belly fat at all. So one of the biggest issues that used to bother me was that I had a deep love for tortilla chips and salsa. Unreal, so good. If I had one chip, the floodgates would basically open and then that bag would be completely gone. But now that I've dramatically increased my protein, I barely get cravings at all. But there is one problem though. How much protein should you be consuming to kill your cravings, stay full, and help you lose your belly fat? Well, you know how people say that you should be eating 1 gram of protein per pound of body weight? Well, that doesn't really work for people who weigh a lot. It also doesn't work when people say that you should eat your goal weight in grams of protein too, because again, for the people who weigh a lot, they may have a higher goal weight. So what are you supposed to do? I think it's a lot easier to base everything on a person's height. So what you can do is men start at 110 grams of protein and women should start at 100 grams of protein. And then for every inch taller you are than 5 feet, add an additional 5 grams of protein. And once you figure out that number, multiply by 1.2. So if you're a guy who's 5'9", you should have about 190 grams of protein per day. And if you're a woman who's 5'5", you should have about 150 grams of protein per day. Okay, so that calculation probably sounds pretty confusing. So to make it easier for you, there's a link in the description below where you can download my macronutrient calculator, where you can easily figure out how much protein you should be consuming, along with some other helpful recommendations for carbs and fats. And this is something that I personally use when I'm creating all my fat loss programs for my clients. Now, there's another thing that you absolutely need to consider when it comes to losing belly fat though, and I wouldn't give you any recommendations that aren't actually based on science. So your light environment is very likely wrecking your ability to lose fat. And what I mean by this is that the light in your home, the light from your devices, so your TVs, your phone, computer, iPads, all the things, they're negatively affecting your ability to lose weight. And there are 4 ways that your poor light environment is doing this. First, artificial blue light, especially at night, contributes to weight gain. Look it up, it's a real thing. Actually, here's an article to get the ball rolling. Second, artificial blue light impairs gut function by reducing diversity of the microbiome. And this is important because poor gut health is heavily linked to obesity and fat accumulation. Artificial light also wrecks your circadian rhythm, making you sleep worse, which negatively affects your hormones, contributing to insulin resistance and excess cortisol, both of which make you fat. And fourth, sunlight improves gut function, optimizes circadian rhythm, and reduces your body fat percentage. Here are 3 studies that linked early morning sunlight to lower lower BMI, improved body fat percentages, reduced fat mass, and improved appetite. So if you get less artificial light, especially at night, and then more natural sunlight throughout the day, but especially in the morning, this is gonna help you lose fat. And I personally try to get outside as much as I possibly can, especially when I'm using my devices. So if you wanna lose weight and you're confused about any of this, especially the nutrition part, and you want a detailed instruction manual that can save you hours and hours of your time, check out the link in the description down below for my program called the Metabolic Nutrition Blueprint.